Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Alright, Gaynor. Bit of unforgivable 9/11 dispatcher errors. I do like these calls because you get some people who call for the absolute wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But then again, you get someone call who they have to be trying a little bit, what's the word, a bit discreet maybe in the problem they've got.
Yeah, in case it's like a...
Yeah, I read one today, I think it was a girl who put a pizza order in to 911 or 999, which is discreetly going for physical abuse.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, so they reacted to it, sort of thing. So these are ones that are dispatcher errors. Or let's,
I don't know if you know, but on the back of the doors in ladies' toilets, they have a thing that says if you're in any trouble, you can go to the bar.
Don't you ask for sort of like...
Yeah, Angela.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I've heard that before. Yeah. Anyway, unforgivable 9/11 dispatcher errors. Let's do it.
This is over, and we are thankful, because this has been an absolute nightmare for us.
As my statement said, we're sentenced to life.
Yeah.
And I think any parent that's had this happen to them will tell you the same thing. You are sentenced to life.
A mother and daughter's desperate pleas fall on deaf ears. A dispatcher hangs up on a man who had just found his mother dead, while another faces disciplinary action after failing to help a frantic mother of a 10-month-old baby who locked himself in the car. Just after midday on April 2nd, 2008, 21-year-old Brittany Zimmerman made a panicked call to 911. It ended abruptly, and although there were audible sounds of distress, the dispatcher failed to call back. Less than an hour later, her fiancé, Jordan Gaynor, found the apartment door kicked open and the lock broken. On the bedroom floor, Brittany lay unresponsive.
911, what's the address of the emergency? 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Hello?
This
Hello?
is 911, what's the
Yeah.
address of the emergency? Repeat it? Is there an apartment number?
The flat.
It's what? You're cutting out. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Okay, your phone's cutting out. Did you say upper or lower flat?
Yes.
Which?
It's the lower flat, apartment 1.
Okay.
Ambulance is needed.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from, please? Okay, what is your name?
Jordan Gaynor.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I just came home, the door was busted in, and my girlfriend's been shot.
Okay. Stay on the phone with me. Okay?
Yep.
Are you with her right now?
Yes, I am.
How old is she?
She is... she's 21.
21? Is she conscious?
No, she's not.
Okay, stay on the phone, okay? Are you safe where you are right now?
I think so.
Okay. Is the person that did this still nearby? Is there any serious bleeding? She's been what? Okay, I'm sending an ambulance to help you. I want you to stay on the line with me so I can tell you
Okay.
what to do next, okay?
Okay.
Okay, stay on the phone with me so I can tell you how to help her, okay? I want you to get as close to the phone to her with the phone as you can, okay?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're right by her now?
Yes.
All right, I want you to lay her flat on her back on the ground.
Yep.
Remove any pillows.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to kneel next to her in her mouth and look in her mouth for any food or vomit. Is there anything? Okay. Did you think she did this herself?
No, she couldn't have.
She couldn't have done it herself.
No, there's gunshot wounds.
Hold on. You're inside with her? You're inside with... Okay, can you feel or hear any breathing at all? Okay. Okay, just so you know, there's an ambulance on the way and the officers are on the way as well, okay?
Okay.
And I'm also talking to them at the same time that... Okay, is that you standing in the window?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to come out right now
Yep.
so they can get in there to help her, okay?
Yep. Okay. All right. She told me to hang out with the officer.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.
It's horrible listening to 9/11 calls, isn't it? So like sometimes desperation in people's voices, and the dispatchers trying to help or trying to do what they can, and the franticness of what happens with the person who's calling as well.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they're given the address, and the work you've seen enough TV shows, police shows on the TV where they're sending out the dispatch already when they're talking to you, but they want you to stay on the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're thinking they're not listening to me.
Yeah.
Just get someone here.
And they ask
sort
you
of
the
thing.
same question over
Yeah,
and over.
I know. But it's a bit harrowing to listen to 911 calls.
Officers arrived on the scene 48 minutes after the first 911 call. Brittany was dead, her body covered with injuries, including stab wounds to her chest, strangulation marks on her neck, and signs of blunt force trauma. Although detectives started the investigation that day, it would take over a decade before justice would be served.
Wow.
After conducting several interviews with neighbors, police believed a man, later identified as David Call, was their suspect, but a lack of concrete forensic evidence kept them from pressing charges. The 38-year-old lived about a mile from the crime scene and had been ringing doorbells and asking for money that day. When he was taken in for questioning, Call admitted to this, saying he was high. Additionally, Call told investigators that he was a paranoid schizophrenic who had stopped taking his medication, but he denied entering any homes or having any part in the murder. At the time, Call was on supervised release following convictions for failure to update his status in the sex offender registry, as well as driving while under the influence. Just 2 of the many convictions against him. And the repeat offender would find himself back in prison nearly 2 months after Brittany was killed. Detectives questioned Call numerous times over the following years. And while incarcerated in 2009, he sent a letter to police claiming that another inmate had committed the murder. In November 2010, Brittany's mother, Jean Zimmerman, spoke to NBC 15 in the hopes of increasing the reward money for finding her killer.
I cannot even imagine that I'm going to have to live the rest of my life without her. It is very difficult to get out of bed every day and function. And every day that goes by, it gets harder. It does not get easier. I fear that, yes, tomorrow could be a day, Tuesday could be a day that someone else died.
Between 2010 and 2017, David Call would be in and out of prison. During this time, he told a fellow inmate, Andrew Scholes, that he feared being charged in Brittany's death due to incriminating fingerprints he claimed he left behind on her neck. Scholes had made an arrangement with the authorities in exchange for information, but then he died in a motorbike accident. Then crucial DNA test results matched the evidence left behind on Brittany's clothing to David Call. By this point, testing had advanced. It seemed like a break in the case. In reality, during a March 2018 interview, Kevin and Jean Zimmerman were still waiting for any answers or progress in the case.
Chief Koval came to our door on my husband's birthday and said, "We believe we have the person responsible for killing your daughter."
When the media questioned Madison Police Chief Mike Koval, he said the sole detective on the case had broken down and they had to create a team to carry on working to find Brittany's killer. However, it didn't seem like an arrest was on the horizon.
If I had the probable cause based on the totality of the evidence I had, don't you think I would have made an arrest?
Seems a hell of a long time, that, doesn't it? Just to resolve something that's it looked like it should have been so basic.
Yeah.
You had your suspect, you had evidence, pretty much a lot of it, just saying not enough.
Yeah.
It's tough on this.
As a result of active leads, the investigation would not be classified as a cold case, which stopped the Zimmerman family from being able to access the files and conduct their own investigation. It also gave a sense of hope that naming a suspect was imminent, but it would be another 2 years before David Call was arrested. At the same time, Brittany's family was in the midst of a lawsuit over the 911 call. Dispatcher Rita Gahagan, a veteran operator, had heard voices and background noise but didn't recognize a scream in the recording, resulting in the call being dropped without perceiving any distress. She did not call back, but instead returned a second call, which she logged as a misdial. Even this would be a contentious point since initial reports said the dispatcher had forgotten to call back. Gahagan defended herself, adamant she had only dropped the call after failing to hear anything suggestive of an emergency. Ultimately, the Zimmerman family reached a $5,000 settlement with Dane County, and the funds were redirected to Brittany's reward fund during the investigation. Several judges have rejected requests for the call to be made public. In fact, media outlets also engaged in a legal battle with Dane County over the records, particularly withholding the 911 calls. A settlement of $118,000 was reached, and still, the recordings of the call made by Brittany remain sealed. However, lawyers for the media were allowed to listen to it, and those who have heard it say there is no question about screaming in the audio. Finally, after 12 years of waiting, David Call was arrested on March 20th, 2020. His version of events was even more heartbreaking than imagined. Brittany had let the 38-year-old in as an act of kindness. She had refused to give Call money but let him use the bathroom. When he came out, she was on the phone. It's unclear whether this was the 911 call that dispatchers ignored. According to his attorney, the man panicked, grabbed the phone, and tried to strangle Brittany with her shirt. The attack didn't stop there. After the killer noticed the 21-year-old was still breathing, he grabbed a knife from the butcher's block in the kitchen and stabbed her 19 times. On January 20th, 2023, David Call eventually pleaded guilty to first-degree homicide and was sentenced to mandatory life in prison.
It was much more about him letting go of a secret and making sure that he provided closure to all of the people who have spent a lot of time and energy and emotion.
I could never live my last days not knowing who did this to her. What he did was unspeakable. And to not have the person responsible for that behind bars, it was unacceptable to us.
He decided to forego the opportunity to be considered for parole after serving 20 years, saying that the Zimmerman family had suffered enough. He had taken a life from them, so he would give up his.
So he should.
That's good of him. Right? It's a, it was a shame the family had to wait so long for such an outcome. You know, like you say, it was right on the plate from there.
Yeah.
But again, bad policing, I think, more than anything.
I wonder how many people are caught now with this DNA evidence.
Well, it's advanced now, hasn't it, a lot? But I think they were talking like early 2000s. I'm pretty sure DNA was quite advanced then, wasn't it?
I would have thought it was.
But it's, I don't know, it's just sometimes when I see some of the police, stuff that the police do, and I'm thinking, you fluff this one here big time.
Yeah.
Don't know. And it shouldn't really happen nowadays because there's that much sort of like ways to go about it and do it. But
well, there's so many like cameras.
There is over here. Yeah, over here there is. Yeah, but that's just horrendous.
Yeah.
But they have to go through that, the family.
Despite 26 documented calls to the police spanning over months, 2 British women were left stranded by those who were meant to protect them. 22-year-old Raneem Uday spoke to police 5 times in less than 2 hours, desperately needing intervention from the man who had been abusing her for years. In fact, she had court orders against him, and
This was in Birmingham, wasn't it?
I remember this. I remember the girl on the right, not the one they're talking about here, the other one.
It's in Birmingham.
witnesses to corroborate one of the attacks. But the call was flagged as a lower risk.
Hi. Actually, I called now. That's the 4th time to ask about the police. I'm waiting for them to come to my property regarding my ex-partner. He came and he hit me, and he actually harmed me and my mom as well. So I waited so long, and I'm waiting in the car. So
Did you call on this mobile?
Yeah.
Do you know the log number?
Yeah. Can you give me a second? Can you just give me a second, please? Yeah, it's 26.
Yeah.
8626 again, and then 0818.
And what's your name?
Raneem Oda.
No, you didn't call on this number. You called on a different number.
No one called me. I haven't received any calls.
No. When you called the police, you didn't call on this mobile that you're calling on now.
No. I called for
emergency. I asked you if you called on the mobile that you're calling on now.
I'd have lost it. She's getting arrogant. I'd have lost it. Does it matter what number you've called and you're putting a complaint in, you need help?
Yeah.
So you said yes.
No, I called 3 times. So once I called from different number, and twice I called from my number.
Okay, well, we went to the location, but obviously you left and went home, so we're going to have to wait until there's another officer free.
Can you actually just keep it for tomorrow? Because I don't have the keys for the property, and I'm just waiting in the street from 2 hours now. So I'm just going to leave it to tomorrow, and please, you should do something about it. He should be arrested because I have non-molestation order against him. He can't even come nearby me. So he came and he actually beat me and beat my mom up in front of everyone. There is witness, there is many things. So he actually should be arrested without even the police come and see me.
Right, okay, so where are you now?
I'm just going I'm just going back to my mom now.
What do you want
I'm just
to do?
going back. I just want you guys, please, to arrest him because...
I understand that. What's your mum's address?
Yeah.
And you're going there because you haven't got a key for your house?
I've been to my house.
Yeah.
I don't have the keys, and I waited for long, so I'm going back to my mom now. I can't just stay in the street. And it's really late, and I'm worried you might come to my property and hurt me again, do something wrong.
Right, okay. And you want to see officers tomorrow?
Sorry?
You want to see officers tomorrow instead?
Yeah, but please, today he should be arrested. I can't just, like, you know, I have a baby with me. I have 2.5-year-old child. He might hurt me or hurt the child, so it's just really dangerous. He's drunk as well, and he might just get a knife or something and do something to us.
Okay. Alright, we'll go back to your mum's. If he turns up there, call 999, okay?
Okay, and you gonna do action against him actually or no?
I believe we'll need to come and see you first.
Okay, so you
We'll
have
leave
to
it
see
with
me
the
first
local station, yeah, but we'll try and get out tomorrow.
tomorrow. So you're gonna leave him like this till tomorrow?
Well, it's down to the local station, what they want to do.
Local station.
But you need
If
to
I-
go to your mum's and lock the door,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
if he turns up, call 999, okay? And we'll get someone to see you tomorrow.
That's the problem when I'm calling. They're not coming quickly. I've been waiting 2 hours now.
Yeah, because he had left, so the risk has been lowered. That's the issue. But now he's not there.
He
we have
might
to
be
go
waiting.
Well, now
He might
he's
be
not
waiting.
there, so we have
He
to
might
go
be
to
waiting.
other jobs where there
Yeah.
are people there still. That's how it
Yeah.
works. So you just
Yeah,
need
but
to
he-
get to your mum's and lock the door,
Yeah.
and we'll try and see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All
But love,
right.
he actually followed me from my mom to the place where I was in restaurant.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It's been 2 hours
He's
now,
waiting for
though.
me.
It's been
Yeah,
2 hours,
okay.
so you need to go to... Okay, that's what you said you wanted to do. All right,
Okay.
thank you. Bye-bye.
I
Talk
understand
about trying to
that.
get off the phone with her though. Jesus.
I know. So she's saying, "Not, don't come today. Come tomorrow." So she's saying, "Okay, come tomorrow." But now she's saying, "I want him arrested." You
Yeah,
can't
no.
have both.
Yeah.
Go to your mum's. Have the police go to your mum's, give your statement, and then they can go after him.
Why don't you just drive to the police station
Yeah.
and knock on the door
Yeah.
and say, "I'm here to give a statement. What's happened?"
They won't open the door.
No, they won't. You're right. If there's anyone there.
Eventually, the department called her back.
Solihull.
Hello there, it's the police at Solihull here. Just to let you know, I've arranged an appointment tomorrow. Now, the officers come on duty at 8 o'clock in the morning, and in the morning, when they have a look through this incident, they will give you a call and arrange a time to come and see you at some point tomorrow in the morning, all right?
Okay, so 8 o'clock they have to see me or just go there?
No. They start work at 8 o'clock in the morning. They will have a look at the incident that you've reported, and they will make contact with you to arrange a suitable time. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So somebody will make contact with you in the morning.
Okay. There is a witness as well. If you want.
Okay. We'll take all those details from you tomorrow. Do you have a copy of the order?
Yeah, you mean the number?
You do.
Or the non-molestation order?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I do have,
Okay,
yeah.
that's great. All right, so somebody will be in touch with you tomorrow then, okay?
Yeah, love, I just want to ask you, he will be arrested tomorrow or no?
It was too late. While Raneem was on the final phone call to police, John Baz Taran repeatedly stabbed the 22-year-old and her mother, Kawala Salim, to death. On top of this, in the weeks leading up to the murders, there had been 7 separate police call-outs to John Baz's home, and Raneem had made 14 calls to report domestic abuse incidents. Still, officers failed to arrest or investigate the man before the tragedy. The couple met in college, but Raneem was still married to a man in Syria. However, despite her best efforts, the relationship fell apart. Once Raneem was single, John Baz started pursuing her more. Eventually, they started dating. Just months later, the couple was married under Islamic law. Her aunt, Noor Norris, was concerned about what John Baz had said on the wedding day.
Today you are mine, and in my culture, there's no divorce. The day you leave me, the day you go to your grave, I will kill you and your family.
But the marriage...
Was that a vow? Was that hi Yambaz? Well, that's horrendous.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that to someone on your wedding day.
I know. Yeah, that's big red flags, isn't it?
I think there's probably been more red flags prior to building up to that. But the police should have been a bit more. If he's got a non-molestation order against him, police should have been all over that probably. If he's been around and punched her in the head.
Yeah.
Marriage fell apart when Raneem discovered that her husband had a secret wife and 3 children in Afghanistan. She feared how he would react when she confronted him and recorded it on her phone.
It's not easy to find out everything, and you want me to smile at you.
I mean, how you want
So
to
if I find out now I'm cheating on you, you would smile at me after 2 minutes?
I'm not cheating on you. I went to my wife.
Yeah.
She's my wife.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not cheating on you.
Wow.
So you made her pregnant, that's not cheating?
No, but she's my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Going to your wife and making her pregnant, that's actually finished everything. I would just get divorced from you, get separate. You really need to deal with it. Just divorce.
Raneem moved back to her mother's house for a short while, but John Boz manipulated her to get back together with him. Things only worsened, so she secretly recorded evidence of his violent outbursts to protect herself and her son.
I can now call the police, but you know I can tell them. I can tell them every single thing, how many times you beat me up. That they will take you to jail straight away. I can call them, tell them many things about you, John. Yeah? So I'm not doing anything. If there is even a space for you, there is no more.
Neighbors began documenting the arguments between the couple too.
There was one occasion where the neighbors actually got involved and chased him out of the building.
Again, Raneem moved to her mother's house and took out a court order against John Boz, but he continued to harass and threaten her for 4 months, even sleeping outside the house for nearly 2 weeks. By August 26, 2018, it all came to a head. Raneem and Kawala were seen arguing with John Boz in a shisha lounge in Birmingham. He slapped both women in the face and angrily snatched a phone from Raneem before staff escorted him out. After being kicked out, the 21-year-old was seen driving past the venue, making a throat-slitting gesture towards the women. Just hours later, the mother and daughter were killed. Once he had committed the brutal murders, John Boz fled the scene and shaved off his beard to disguise himself. Before disappearing, he was seen on CCTV in a chicken shop. A major manhunt was launched, with the killer's face appearing across the news. Finally, 3 days later, someone recognized John Boz from the media appeal, and he was arrested by officers. Family members of the victims held the police accountable for not preventing the tragic deaths. This claim was later substantiated by an inquest that scrutinized the actions of the authorities in handling the situation. The evidence, which included multiple calls to the police and court documents, unequivocally pointed to the West Midlands Police failures in protecting Raneem and Kawala. These lapses, as determined by the inquest, were significant contributing factors to the tragic outcome. Further reinforcing this, an investigation by the Independent Office for Police Conduct identified missed opportunities, demonstrating that the authorities could have intervened effectively to prevent the murders. In December 2018, John Boz Tarrant pleaded guilty to the 2 murders and was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 32 years.
Wow.
Not enough. 32 years.
No.
But it's one of them where the police need a big overhaul in what they're doing in the UK. I'm only talking about the UK here.
Yeah.
They need a massive overhaul. There's too many incidents that go unaddressed, but yet they're spending too much time and too much manpower with dealing with smaller issues like the Just Stop Oil protests, for example. Things like that where they're just putting manpower on it when it's not needed.
No.
But the manpower when it's needed, they're not there. If you get burgled in the UK, for people who don't know, if you get burgled in the UK, we got attempted burgled in our house. And when did the police come back? A week later?
Yeah, a
was
week
it
later.
7 to 10 days later, something like that? And they only come because it was kind of like, because they needed something from us.
Yeah.
It wasn't the case of otherwise they wouldn't have come,
No.
sort of thing.
And I know people where they've said it, they've never turned up.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, it's just, and even when I remember when I had to go and speak to the police about some incident that happened, and he said to me, call me, but don't call me on that phone because no one will answer it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no one will answer it? It's the police station.
Yeah.
And he went, no, just call me on my mobile.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. But you don't want to get on the wrong side of it at the same time as well, because that could be a problem.
Yeah.
As everyone knows.
This dispatcher hung up on a man who had just found his mother dead.
911 emergency.
Can you please get somebody in my house? I just got off work. I think my mom's dead.
What's your address?
Oh my God, I can't think.
I'm going to get medical on the line. Don't hang up the line. One moment.
Please.
He's saying that he thinks his mom passed away. I don't have the address.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am.
I'm a guy.
Stop. Okay, then calm down a little bit. I need a building number. What's your phone? Okay. Is she breathing at all? Okay, you don't have to holler at me. I didn't do it. Okay?
Wow.
Bye. Okay, listen, we have the call. Medical and officers are going to be responding. Was she sick? What happened?
Man, I don't know. I just got off work. I just worked like 12 hours today. Man, my mom passed away.
Hanging up on someone who has called 911 for help seriously violates how the emergency service operates, but the dispatcher kept her job. The original call taker from the Metro Police Department remained on the line. An internal investigation by Las Vegas Fire and Rescue found that the female employee made critical failures but would not be fired.
Why?
She faced corrective action, but what that actually means remains unclear. But following the January 2014 call, the department said it was moving forward with plans for a new quality assurance position.
That was bad, that one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this frantic mother's call also led to a 911 Tampa dispatcher facing disciplinary action. After leaving a Tampa supermarket, Shayna Dees placed her son Jack inside his car seat, shut the door, and returned the shopping cart. In that short time, Jack, who had the keys to play with, locked the not yet running car, which also held Shayna's purse and phone. Luckily, she found a stranger in the parking lot who let her borrow a phone to call 911, but the dispatcher wasn't very helpful.
Tampa Police 911.
Hi, my infant son is locked in the car in the parking lot. He has the keys and hit the lock button when I was loading groceries in. And it's so hot outside. I'm concerned. I don't think I have time to call AAA before he would, suffer heat exhaustion. Can somebody come out and open the door, or I don't even know if that's something you guys do.
They won't be able to try to gain access to the car unless the child is in some kind of distress. But by that point, they may...
What bit do you miss about boiling up? Locks inside the car?
Yeah.
Huh? Right?
Just smash your windows.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Not unless the child's in distress. I'm sorry. I must have...
Roughly 8 minutes after the call ended, an off-duty police officer took notice and called 911, getting a different operator who immediately asked where they were.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, how you doing? Is this Tampa PD?
Yeah, this is 911. What's your emergency?
How you doing?
Okay.
Baby locked in a car.
Okay, where they at? Okay, is that a house or a residence or a business or?
CVS pharmacy.
All right. How old is the child?
In a car seat, baby.
A baby. Okay. What kind of car is it?
It's a black Acura.
You know what year?
Don't know.
Is the person there who owns the car?
Yes.
Okay. Could you find out from her, please?
She's a little distraught. You want her license plate number?
Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. Great. Thank you so much. Is the vehicle running or no?
No, it's turned off.
Okay, turned off. All right. What's your name?
Hi.
Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? Okay.
She said she called 911 and they said they're not going to come out if the baby's not in distress.
No, that's not true. Not at all.
Yeah, okay.
Not at all. We'll be out there for her, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
At that time of year, the average afternoon temperature hovers in the high 80s to low 90s. Of course, that rises considerably in a car that isn't running and has no windows down. In the meantime, another shopper broke the passenger side window with a wrench before police arrived. Tampa police conceded that the dispatcher should have been more aggressive and asked for location, but said that the operator did not refuse to send an officer and that the mother ended the call. The dispatcher was disciplined for the incident. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.
Yeah, I don't like them. It's
Do you know what?
interesting.
They'd have probably sent somebody out more if a dog was in the car.
Yeah, over here they would. Yeah, without a doubt. It's one of them things. Though, common sense for me was if it's a hot day, like by the time you're waiting for someone, I wouldn't take the risk. I'd put the window in.
Yeah.
The window be gone. Just find someone with something that can break the window.
Yeah.
With a wrench or whatever it may be. Someone will have something that's
you have to be
in
careful
the car
though. You'll just shatter all over the baby.
It's one kid in a car. You break the front passenger window, or if the seat, wherever the baby's, it's not going to spray all the way back to the back seat and anything if you do it controlled. But you can go and get the window fixed. But at least the kids in comfort
safe,
then sort of thing and safe. But that's one of them where the 911 caller should have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
The kid is going to be in distress in seconds.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be boiling up.
Yeah.
But there's a few there where it's like, needs to. Some of them should have lost the job. They're just not capable to do that. Especially that one that says I didn't do it.
Yeah.
With the woman that's dead, the guy's obviously, you find your mum dead on the floor, of course you're going to be in a state.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of thing. It's they're there they should be trained to sort of take care of that and look after it. But anyway, interesting sort of content that. So if you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.